Hey now, hey now. um, yeah, so, hey now. Making my second video, hard to believe. Well, for myself, probably not for you, but again, I was, like in my last video, I was talking about the excuses I've always made to get started on my dreams, my dream of becoming a talk show radio host. But I was like, got home, I was hanging out with a friend, I started eating this licorice, which I really like, and then I was about to record, and I was like, well, I can't record. I can't make a video. I have licorice on my teeth. And then I caught that as like another excuse because I went, obviously, it's, how many people are really going to watch this video? So it's not the point. I don't think hardly anyone's going to watch this. And if they did, I don't think they're going to notice any licorice around my teeth. Now, don't start looking just because I mentioned it, but no, it was weird. Today I was messaged by one of my ex-girlfriends. I hadn't spoken to her in years, and then she messaged me, and she was asking me for money, telling me she needed some cash. And, of course, bells were just ringing off in my head, and I was like, man, what a weird message to get, to receive. She's requesting money. Of course, I'm like, hey, I was with a friend, so I couldn't call her, but I was like, hey, I just don't feel comfortable sending someone money without talking to them first. And part of in my mind, I thought maybe, it's been a while since I talked to her. Maybe she became a drug addict and now she's on the streets, and she was just trying to see who she could, I don't know, swindle out for some money, if I'm even saying that right. But I just talked to her. She just got a bad relationship. Turned out the guy was manipulative, was doing all these things to try to get at her, and she tried to get out of the relationship, and she finally did, but he ended up stealing some of her credit cards, stole some of her jewelry, and then he took out cash from her debit account, so she had to lock the accounts, and now she made a police report. I felt bad, so I sent her some cash, and I don't know, it's also weird that I'm the person that she's calling for help when she has siblings, but she told me that in the relationship, the guy kind of got her separated from those siblings, and so she hasn't had a good relationship with her sister or her brother, and she doesn't feel comfortable with reaching out to them, mostly because they haven't been talking. So she reached out to me, and I don't know, has me thinking a lot. If I was in a situation where I really needed help, how many people could I rely on? And I think I have quite a few friends. I really do. I'm fortunate enough to have some really great friends and some people I can rely on for help. And I know I could rely on my family. But it's probably just doesn't feel good when you have to do it. And even though those people really care about you, to put someone in that situation. And so I just thought it was strange that I hadn't talked to this to my ex in years, and I'm one of the people that she reaches out for help, and she has some other friends helping her, but I wouldn't have thought that years later I would still be one of those people in her contacts that she would presume could possibly help her. So surprising. You never know. You never know who's going to reach out to you for help, and you never know who you may reach out to for help one day. So, no, just a random thought. But no, going back to the excuse for just not making videos, not wanting to make videos, or not thinking that I'm good enough for making videos. There's all sorts of excuses that come to mind. And I think we all do this. Like, I remember hanging out with one of my friends a while back, and there was a girl that he saw that he wanted to approach. And so I was like, yeah, you should just go talk to her and say hi. And he was like, I can't. I have this small zit right. Well, he didn't say small, but he's like, I got this zit right now on my right here, and I didn't notice the acne, the zit till he pointed it out, and I was like, oh, I just noticed that till you pointed it out. He's like, really? You just noticed it? And he was like, well, I can't approach that girl because I have this acne right now, and it's funny because I think in many aspects of our lives we do that. We always have some excuse for why we can't do the thing that we want to do. And I certainly have had many excuses for why I can't do the things I want to do. And I'm always full of excuses. Like they just never end. And I think really like a lot of times you don't know till you challenge yourself, and the hard part is accepting the challenge, right? You always have to challenge yourself in so many different realms of life. So you have a dream, you have to challenge yourself to pursue that dream. You have a goal for your fitness, for your weight, for your health. You have to challenge yourself to accept that, and to accept that challenge, and challenge yourself to accept that challenge. I don't know, that sounds weird, but you have to take on the challenge, and many times we just don't want to accept the challenge, or sometimes we need permission. Whatever it is, it's like, we don't want to accept that that's possibly the only path, or the one path that we can take to accomplish something or to make something happen for ourselves, right? It could be so many things in terms of our relationship, a business, financial freedom. And there's so many aspects of life where you can challenge yourself. And sometimes you meet someone that's very successful in business. They're rich. They're a millionaire. They're making money. And then there's other parts of their life that they just haven't challenged themselves in. And it's those parts of life that bother them, that seem to be deteriorating or falling behind. And yet they're so successful in one part of their life. And I think that can happen to all of us, is that you can challenge yourself. Sometimes it's easier to take on a challenge in one realm of your life, or sometimes you have worked so much on just one part of your life to take on challenges there and to work on that part. And then other parts of your life seem to kind of fall behind, and then you're like, well, now you have to challenge yourself to go to those realms of life and to try something new there, just like you did with that other part of your life that's now successful. And sometimes you hear people, like I'll hear my friends when sometimes they're watching YouTube videos, and I have some friends that are very intelligent. They have very high up positions in what they do, and so they're credible people, and they'll sort of watch these YouTubers sometimes, and they'll be like, oh, I could do that. I have more knowledge than that person. I could do what he's doing. I would have more subscribers. I would have more followers. I would be making better videos than that person. And it's like, man, that's a big talk. It's a big talk for someone that's not doing the thing. Like, this person is doing the thing. Like, that person is going on stage and telling jokes, or that person is putting themselves behind camera. Whatever it is, it's like that other person's doing it. And it's kind of like the joke is like, everyone has a big cock until it's time for them to pull it out and show it. And then they'll have every excuse in the book for why they can't, whip it out. And so, you don't know until you try, until you do the thing. And I noticed so many parts of my life like that. Like, I've had issues with serious relationships where I just can't get myself to commit long term, and I struggle with that, right? And in part, maybe it's because I'm just realizing these aspects of myself. I'm just realizing that I am that person that struggles with closeness, with intimacy, with opening up, being vulnerable. All those things, whatever it is. But it's like, now that I recognize those things, am I willing to accept the challenge? Am I willing to take that next step, that leap of faith in my life, and to give something new a try, something that I know I'm not comfortable with doing? Because the easiest thing for me to do now is to, every time I get in a relationship, is to shut down, to close off, and not open up to that person, and not try to make it work long term with them, even though that person could be that right person, could be the mother of my children, could be my wife, could be that person that I could have just a great relationship with, but I'm not willing to do that work. I'm not willing to take that step forward in intimacy. And so I think in so many parts of our life, we have to challenge ourselves, and it's a never ending thing. You accomplish one challenge, there's a new challenge awaiting you, and it's just like the hustle never ends, and it's exhausting. It really is. But I'm telling you all this because that's why I'm doing this. I'm making these low quality videos. I mean, if you're watching this far, you probably saw my intro to my talk here. It was just me working on Canva, putting together a really cheesy intro, and this whole thing, it's not even really that good. I mean, you're seeing my editing skills, like you're seeing the level that I have as I'm trying to do this, and really I would have every excuse in the book to not try. I could tell you that I need to have a better intro. I need to make sure I don't have acne before I do my video. I need to make sure my teeth are like squeaky clean. I need to make sure that I've practiced the script 100 times, that I need to do all these things right before I can post a video. And you know what? at the end of the day, who cares? Like I said, most of this won't even get views. And it's not about that. It's about just me trying. And maybe this will evolve one day to something bigger and better. And maybe I'll be financially free from just speaking to a camera. Crazy to believe, but I don't know. If that never happens, then at least I can say I gave it a try, right? I could be at my desk job in the future. I could be wherever I'm at, and I could look back and say, I tried. I don't know. I posted 50 videos, 100 videos. I got coaching on this stuff. Not that I am right now, but eventually probably would be a good idea. And maybe I studied the algorithm. I tried to find ways to get my videos to be, most viewed and all that. And still, just finding out that maybe I didn't have the talent. Or the character that people like to see behind camera. But who cares? It's just me trying, and I think that's the end. That's the challenge. The challenge is just me trying, me uploading something, me sitting back here where I could be doing other things. I could be sitting on my couch watching YouTube. I could be playing video games. I could be doing so many other things that would be much easier and less effortless for me to do than this. And but I'm doing this. I'm giving it a shot. So yeah, that's what I want to share in today's video. Like I said, I'll keep uploading more. I'll share more content with you. I'll share more stories, more detailed stories, longer stories. But for now, I'm just keeping these things short. Hopefully, they're somewhat enjoyable. But anyways, yes, thank you. This was Kicking It with Hunter at Hunter Kicks It. Again, thank you if you watched this far, and I'll be posting again here soon. So thank you. With that.